There is a silent force within you, deeper than thought, stronger than willpower, and more creative than anything you could ever imagine. This force does not shout. It whispers. It does not rush. It waits. It does not push. It flows. And yet, it shapes your entire life. That force is stillness. The greatest mistake people make is believing that power lies in frantic effort, endless movement, and constant doing. But true strength, lasting, creative, spiritual strength arises not from activity, but from calm, not from noise, but from silence. Stillness is not the absence of life. It is the womb of all life. It is where divine ideas are conceived and birthed into reality. When you become still, you enter into harmony with your subconscious mind, that infinite intelligence that knows no limit. You no longer force outcomes, you allow them. You no longer chase success, you radiate it. You no longer react to the world, you become the cause. Stillness is not weakness, it is mastery. And when you understand how to dwell in that sacred inner peace, you unlock a power greater than anything the world can offer. The subconscious mind is the creative force behind all experiences. It doesn't argue, reason, or analyze. It simply accepts what you impress upon it and brings it forth into form. But in the noise and chaos of everyday life, most people never touch this deeper part of themselves. They are too busy, too distracted, too filled with surface thoughts to ever reach the sacred silence. Stillness is the bridge. When you quiet your conscious mind, when you step out of the mental chatter and external distractions, you open the door to the infinite. In that quiet space, the subconscious becomes receptive. It listens. It accepts. And it begins to shape your world according to the dominant ideas and emotions you hold within. You cannot force the subconscious. You cannot bully it with effort. You must speak to it gently, through feeling, repetition, and inner calm. This is why stillness is so vital. It is not passive. It is deeply active in a spiritual sense. It is the fertile soil in which you plant the seeds of your desires. When you are still, you are no longer tossed about by fear, anxiety, or doubt. Your attention is gathered, your energy is unified, and your mind becomes focused. This creates a perfect condition for impressing new beliefs onto the subconscious. As Joseph Murphy often taught, the subconscious accepts the dominant feeling, not the words you speak when you are anxious or scattered. In stillness, you can begin to feel the truth of what you desire. You can affirm, "I am prosperous," and feel it deeply without contradiction. You can declare, "I am healed," and let that feeling saturate your being. Without stillness, such affirmations are often mechanical and ineffective. But in the calm state of mind, they become powerful creative tools. The Bible says, "Be still and know that I am God." This is not poetic advice. It is a practical instruction. Stillness is the gateway to knowing your divine power. It is in stillness that you remember who you really are. Not a limited human being striving for survival, but a spiritual being endowed with the power to shape reality. Many people live their entire lives trying to solve problems with the conscious mind, analyzing, worrying, stressing. But the conscious mind is only a servant. It was never designed to carry the full weight of creation. The subconscious, when rightly aligned, does the heavy lifting. And stillness is how you align it. If you begin each day with 5 to 10 minutes of stillness, just sitting in silence, breathing gently, and contemplating the truth of your being, your entire life will begin to shift. Ideas will come, solutions will appear. You will no longer live by force, but by flow. Stillness is not inactivity. It is the highest form of action. It is how you plant seeds in the soil of the mind. And when you return to stillness regularly, those seeds grow into health, prosperity, love, and peace. The world tells you to move faster. Life urges you to slow down. In the silence of your being is a wellspring of wisdom, power, and guidance that never fails. Learn to dwell in it. When you are still, you are in perfect contact with the infinite intelligence within you. And from that contact, all things become possible. The subconscious mind is not merely a storage house of memories and emotions. It is the channel through which divine intelligence flows. It is your direct connection to the infinite, the limitless source of wisdom, clarity, and solutions that exists far beyond your conscious reasoning. But to access this higher wisdom, you must become quiet. You must enter the silence. In silence, you shut off the noise of the world. You quiet the voice of fear, the clamor of doubt, the frantic rush of deadlines and demands. And in that quiet, something miraculous begins to happen. A still, small voice arises. That voice is not dramatic. It does not shout. It simply nudges you gently and firmly toward truth. Divine guidance is always available, but it cannot compete with noise. It does not barge into your life with a loud entrance. It waits for you to pause. It waits for you to listen. Joseph Murphy often taught that when you're confused, anxious, or lost, don't rush to action, don't panic, instead withdraw into yourself. Sit quietly. Affirm that the infinite intelligence within you now reveals the perfect answer. Then, wait. Listen. Let go of the problem. Become still. The answer will come, not in thunder, but as a quiet knowing, an inner conviction that feels calm, clear, and right. You may receive an idea. You may feel a sudden surge of peace about a decision. You may be led to the right book, the right person, or the right opportunity, not by accident, but by alignment. This is how divine guidance works. It orchestrates circumstances to match your inner vibration. But that vibration must be clear. It must be rooted in stillness, not stress. When you are agitated or fearful, you cut off the signal. You become like a radio tuned to static, missing the broadcast of divine wisdom. That's why stillness is so essential. It clears the channel. It makes you receptive to the higher mind. This is why spiritual masters throughout history have emphasized meditation, prayer, and solitude, not as rituals, but as pathways to guidance. When you silence the outer, you awaken the inner. You discover that the answer was never outside you, it was always within, waiting to be heard. If you face a challenge today, whether it's financial, emotional, or relational, do not rush. Instead, go within. Say quietly, infinite intelligence reveals the perfect solution. I trust the divine presence within me. Then become still. Breathe. Listen. And let that inner light begin to shine. The guidance you receive may not always make logical sense at first. It may ask you to trust, to release, to move in a new direction. But if it comes from the stillness, it will bring peace. It will feel aligned. It will unfold doors where you once saw only walls. This is not wishful thinking. This is spiritual science. The subconscious responds to your inner state, and when that state is calm and centered, the answers rise to meet you. Life begins to cooperate. You stop chasing and start receiving. Silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. In silence, you remember your connection to all that is. You align with the source, and from that space, divine ideas flow like a river, refreshing, clear, and purposeful. Practice stillness daily. Enter the silence, not to escape the world, but to receive what you need to thrive in it. All answers, all guidance, all wisdom are within, waiting in the quiet to be revealed. True strength is not found in noise, effort, or force. It is found in stillness, a deep, abiding calm that cannot be shaken by circumstances. Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is power, the kind of power that comes from knowing who you are, what you carry within you, and the infinite source that supports you at every moment. In the stillness of your soul lies the strength of the infinite. It's not the strength of struggle, but the strength of certainty. A man who knows that God walks with him has no need to prove, to fight, or to panic. He is rooted in something far deeper than appearances. He has tapped into the great reservoir of strength within, a strength that never runs dry. When you are still, you connect to your center. And your center is not fear, doubt, or confusion. Your center is life itself, infinite life, flowing through you, renewing you, empowering you. This is the same life that makes the stars shine and the oceans move. It is intelligent, creative, and always in control. In stillness, you stop reacting to life and start creating it. You stop giving your power away to situations, and you reclaim it from within. You no longer live at the mercy of outer events. You begin to live from a state of inner command. Joseph Murphy taught that the subconscious is most open when the conscious mind is quiet. That's why stillness is not optional, it's essential. When you are still, you are not empty, you are aligned. You are no longer pushing against the current of life, you are moving with it. This stillness gives you the clarity to act wisely. It gives you the insight to solve problems that once seemed impossible. It gives you the patience to wait, the courage to act, and the peace to remain unmoved in the face of adversity. Most people seek strength from the outside, from position, from power, from possessions, but all outer strength is temporary. True strength comes from within, and it is born in silence. It is born in communion with your higher self, that part of you that is never afraid, never confused, never weak. That part of you is always calm, always strong, always knowing, and you access it through stillness. When you practice being still, even for just a few minutes each day, you begin to notice a shift. You become more grounded. You become less reactive. You gain a quiet confidence that others can feel. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. You know that you are not alone, and that knowledge is your unshakable strength. In stillness, you align with divine order. You realize that everything is unfolding for your highest good. You begin to trust life again. You begin to trust yourself again. You stop trying to force the outcome, and instead, you allow the right outcome to flow to you. This is not passivity, this is power in its highest form. It is the power of harmony, of flow, of grace. It is the strength that does not break but bends. It is the strength that overcomes, not by resistance. Remember this, a quiet mind is a powerful mind. A peaceful heart is an invincible heart. When you are still, you are not doing nothing. You are doing the most powerful thing of all. You are aligning with the infinite and letting it work through you. So today, embrace stillness. Practice it. Welcome it. For in that stillness lies a strength greater than anything the world can offer. The strength of your divine self. Stillness is not the absence of action, it is the foundation of right action. It is the state where your soul aligns with divine intelligence, and from that alignment comes clarity, power, and unshakable confidence. When you choose stillness over chaos, presence over panic, and faith over fear, you become a master of your reality. In a noisy world, the one who can remain still holds true power. Not because they control the outer, but because they've mastered the inner. They know that all creation begins within, and the seed of that creation is sown in silence. Let your stillness become your sanctuary. Let it become your strength. In that sacred space, the answers will come, the peace will return, and your life will begin to reflect the quiet certainty of your heart. So, the next time the world tells you to hustle, push, or panic, choose stillness. Within it lies the greatest force you'll ever know, because when you are still, you are one with the infinite, and nothing is more powerful than that.